Welcome to Study Medicine. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through the latest listing that's been added to Study Medicine, which is deadlines for the rest of September and through into October. But before we head into the deadlines section, I just want to highlight the 60 Australian university degree paths to becoming a doctor. That's 3 more, and 3 new paths have been added relating to the University of Melbourne and now La Trobe University degree paths for rural students, making a total of 60 Australian university degree paths. So let's head into the deadline listing and see what we can see for the rest of September and through into October. So let's have a look at the title. So the title for this listing is Undergraduate Deadlines in particular. The end of September is a key deadline time for undergraduates, and October bringing the promise of some offers. So let's head into the familiar deadline listing, which is here, and I'm just going to change screens and show that to you in colour. So the colour coding that I've used just to highlight some key information is green for interviews, orange for offers, and red for deadlines. And as we scroll through the listing, you can see that there's a few beginnings of interviews happening that started in September for GEMSAS and UWA, and you'll see a whole lot more green as we scroll through. By the time we get to the recording of this video, you'll know that you'll know your UMAT results. So good luck to everybody. I hope you've gone really well. And in mid-September, we've got the first green shoots happening for the first of the offers being released by Monash University for Canadian and North American students. So more green happening through the back end of September. I won't go through all of those universities, but you can see interviews happening plenty. And then when we head to the final days of September, you can see the red coming through. The end of September are crucial deadline times. In the 27th of September, you can see Monash and VTAC being highlighted. That's the close of timely course applications for Victorian undergraduate universities, and of course that relates to Monash. On the 28th of September, you can see a number of deadlines also taking place, with UAC on-time deadlines for on-time lodgings of applications, and also TISC showing there under both Curtin and under the TISC listing. If we head through into the 28th and then down into the 29th of September, you can see a couple of inconsistencies, and one of the things that I particularly wanted to point out was to make sure that you do go and double check the university websites as well as the central agency websites, because as I said, there are a few inconsistencies around the final dates. So here, University of Adelaide has identified that SATAC applications close on the 28th of September, whereas the listing for SATAC themselves have indicated that that closes on the 29th. So just double check all of those dates. Of course, the best remedy to all of those things is to get your applications in early. Some more application dates here. New South Wales also referring to UAC, so double check the UAC listing. And then into the 30th of September, a number of deadlines for direct applications to universities, including, for example, New South Wales with applications through their medicine application portal, Western Sydney James Cook, UWA, even though that's referring to TISC, so again double check with TISC, and New South Wales through their medicine application portal. When we head into early October, you can see a few more interviews, the mop up of interviews, and then also in early October more key deadlines, particularly direct deadlines for universities, including the Joint Medical Program with Newcastle, New England and Macquarie. The final part of October sees further offers coming through with Flinders, and then as we scroll through, you can see that ANU and University of Melbourne also come out of the blocks with their international offers for the University of Melbourne and domestic offers for ANU. And then we head through to the final part of October, a bit more mopping up of some of the deadlines with Monash and their foundation years, obviously another interview date for University of Adelaide, and then final deadlines again 31st of October, listed here relating to UAC under the University of Newcastle and New England, and direct applications to the University of Sydney. So the key point here is make sure you double check with the university and also with the central agencies. They're the only authoritative sources of information. And that takes us through to the deadline listing for September and through to the end of October. If I go back up to study medicine and head up to the top of the page in the website, the other key piece of information I wanted to point out under the free resources section is an article that's been put in the information section, and that relates to the Australian medical application system, so medicine applications, how the Australian system works. That's a helpful article. Do go into the free resources section and check that out. So the other free information in study medicine, of course, is the free trial that relates to Macquarie University's medicine information at a summary level and at a detail level. If you're a career counsellor, feel free to put a link on your school's website through to study medicine, particularly to the free resources bit, to help students and parents gain access to that information. And as I said before, some new degrees have been added relating to the degrees held through the University of Melbourne, and now including an additional degree for La Trobe University for rural students, both at a summary level, and there's the University of Melbourne and La Trobe University information also at a detail level. So if you're interested in accessing study medicine information at a summary level or detail level, feel free to head over into the pricing section and update yourself on how all of that works. So that's the end of the video for the deadline listing for September and through to the end of October. As always, thanks for watching and safe travels in progressing along your path to becoming a doctor.